Dude, did I just poison this Strat?
In this video, I'll show you how I use potassium permanganate to mimic the mojo of nicotine stains after I repainted this 1960 Fender Stratocaster body in period correct acrylic lacquer. To satisfy my customer, I also needed to match the patina of the 66-year-old neck and electronics. Did I go too far? Or is this the guitar you always wanted? Hi, my name is Anthony Lattanze, and I've been a professional luthier for over 15 years.
Here in my shop outside the city of Philadelphia, I build custom, one-of-a-kind guitars. And after repairing thousands of instruments, I'm turning the cameras on to share my craft with you, and maybe learn a few more things along the way. So please, like, subscribe, and follow along.
I always like it when Ryan comes into the shop. He's a great guy, always brings me cool stuff to work on. Last week, he came in to pick up his 1960 Fender Strat that I repainted for him. Working on aged finishes is something I've been doing a lot lately. It's not an easy task, but when it's done right, it's extremely rewarding.
Yo, there he is.
Buddy.
How you doing, man?
I'll just say I had this guitar in my possession for what felt like 10 minutes before I handed it off to you. A day hasn't passed where I haven't thought about it. Boom. Oh, God. It's beautiful. I mean, it's perfect. It's perfect. It's the right color.
That's the original color from the color code of a 1957 GM Cadillac Olympic White.
Perfect.
With some oxidization methods.
You can't talk about your methods.
I'm willing to divulge. All right, here's the Strat when it arrived. This was not the original Olympic White finish. These pictures show white paint in the nail holes that Fender used to hold the guitar bodies while painting them. The nails were removed after it was sprayed. Therefore, if the finish was original, there would be no paint in these holes. For a brief period of time, we were waiting to hear back from the person who previously refinished the body to find out if they had stripped this whole guitar or if they sprayed paint over the original sunburst. After hearing the news that the sunburst wasn't original, I moved on to stripping the paint. The acrylic lacquer we used was custom color mixed by TCP Global. I sent them information I got off of guitarhq.com, which included the original Ditzler PPG number and car it was made for. In this case, 1957 to 62 Cadillacs. Over here is a mixture of potassium permanganate, diluted with distilled water. This chemical compound has many uses. Among them, it's used as a strong oxidizer. You can see how I brush it on this piece of spruce. It has a purple look to it, and as it dries, it will oxidize the wood brown. To reverse its effects, just brush on some oxalic acid diluted in distilled water. For a more complete demonstration, check out this video on the StuMac YouTube channel. Now, we can't just hand this guitar back to Ryan with a new paint job. We have to do a little distressing in order to marry this patina of the original finish on the neck to this body. Ryan doesn't want the look of a heavily distressed guitar, so we have to be very careful not to go too far. Right here, I've already begun to oxidize this bare wood spot, but it's soaking in a little unevenly, so I'm going to sand back with 320 in case there's any closed pores or remnants of finish that's stopping it from soaking in. And then I'll just keep going back and forth until I reach the desired result. If you are going to use potassium permanganate to oxidize wood in areas that come in contact with people's skin, sweat, especially this arm bevel here, gets a lot of sweat, you're going to want to put a barrier coat over top of it. There's a lot of acids and salt in people's sweat that will reverse the effects of potassium permanganate. So what I did is I put on a couple coats of garnet colored shellac and no color lost. The shellac did its job. Okay, next I'm going to show you how I got this nicotine colored film on the guitar. Okay, I got the gloves on and I'm going to be using my hands to do most of this work. I'm just going to put a little on to demonstrate with a brush. You're going to see it pool. It's a new finish. It's not absorbing it into any way. But I'm going to use my hands and I'm going to finger paint and I'm going to smear and rub and I'm going to let that oxidization process take place as I'm doing it. And you're going to see that the blue in this Olympic White combined with the blue that's in my LED above me, it's a 5500 Kelvin light,
but you're gonna see how that blue begins to warm up.
One thing I like about vintage guitars is the feeling that it's been played in all kinds of clubs and bars over its life. With well-played vintage guitars, there's often a film that accumulates on the surface. Sometimes it's a mixture of the tobacco smoke that was in the air of these clubs at the time with sweat and skin oils. So I'm looking for ways to mimic some of that in order to marry the body and the neck. Now this finish we applied does not have a clear top coat, which is period correct, and we'll get more into that later. But I wanted to do an experiment with our potassium permanganate to see if we can achieve some of that smoking film. And I want you to let me know in the comments what you think about it.
I love it. I've never got my hands on too many hardtails either.
I've never, this is the only one I've ever seen.
It's really
like,
cool.
I've never seen them.
Should we sit and play it?
How'd you do this? I mean, seriously. Like,
What part?
I mean, how'd you?
Tied it up to the back of the truck and
Took it for a ride.
I took it for a ride and dragged it and
Okay.
pretty much lynched it.
Threw it against the wall.
Well, no, you didn't want anything really too much on the
I
face
just wanted
of it,
to be
right?
subtle.
So when we're looking at it, I mean, the whole purpose of refinishing it to begin with is the old one had that sunburst over the arm bevel, remember? And that was something that you kind of didn't like. Yeah. And there was a lot of weird wear in this area where like
I don't even know how you would do that.
Right.
Like, you know, as a player.
After we stripped it, we were able to fill and sand and get all those weird kind of depth craters kind of out in this finish. We got that paint custom made to the exact color code of the original, the DuPont. I think it was lucite acrylic lacquer. A lot of those colors were clear coated over with nitrocellulose, but Olympic White tended to be one of the colors that they didn't clear coat with nitro, at least not early on. Yeah. Wow. It's my understanding that Leo kind of knew that nitro aged and wanted the guitar to remain white. Yeah. So it was clear coated in nitrocellulose, which we know now so many years later, so many of those Olympic white guitars are just like creamy yellow. Some are like buttery. Some you don't even know are white to begin with. They're like blondes, yellow. And you don't know until you take the pick art off and see the tan line. You're like, oh, this is a white guitar.
What do you think of the guitar, man?
Oh, it's great, man. It's like, you know, I was a little nervous. Like, I mean, no matter who I would hand that guitar to, I would have been like a little bit nervous because like, you finishing a guitar, it could go like horribly wrong. Oh, they nailed it. Like perfect. Now I'm like, what other guitar can I refinish? You know?
So I went a little too far in distressing the guitar. It can be frustrating at first to have a project come back when you thought it was finished. But there really is no substitute for taking pride in what you do and doing everything you can to keep your customers coming back.
If you can see here, this is the bare spot that Ryan wasn't particularly keen on. Acrylic lacquer is not something I have a whole lot of experience in, but doing this touch-up was a breeze. Just a little airbrush and some thinner, and it's cool being able to kind of camouflage your work when it's an age finish. You know, nothing has to look so pristine, but smoothing it out with paper and buffing was easy. I gotta admit, I'm not sad that it came back. It's a great guitar. Hey, thanks for watching. If you like this video, please subscribe and follow along.